Hey, you guys, I started, please. I'm doing a sound test, sound check. Anybody leave a message? Let me know how the sound is. Sound check. Sound one, two, three. Hey, Therese, good evening. How's my sound? All right. So I hope the sound is good. The reason I'm doing this tonight is just the title is Expat Life, Typhoon. I think it's let me look at the Typhoon Typhoon Uwan hitting tonight, but it's not. That's not really accurate because the typhoon won't make landfall probably till sometime tomorrow. But people are already experiencing the waves, the swells going up, and some rain and winds. All right, thank you, Maravik. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thank you, Therese. I see you guys say the sounds good. So I'm just here for support. I'm just going to show some things that I like to watch as far as when the typhoons are coming. Some things I like to watch, like windy. A lot of people do that, but there's a better one called Zoom.Earth, and I'll just show you some graphs about that. And then we'll also go to Westpac. I like to watch him, and he will give a weather forecast in English. He's an American, but he's here in the Philippines a lot. He's one of the best weather forecasters I've seen in the Philippines. The Philippines has some really good ones, but he makes it clear, simple, and he shows everything. So exactly where in the land it's going to hit and the current situation. He just made an update about 10 minutes ago, so I'll be sharing that. And then we just be here for support. I'm not a weather forecaster. I'm no expert on typhoons. I just been in the Philippines. If you don't know who I am, I know Cherries, Maravik, some of the people that are here know that I'm George. I'm an expat that's been in the Philippines since January of 2010. So just about 16 years, close to 16 years. And I've been with my wife, Caroline, since 2011. And over the years, we have four children, all born here in the Philippines. And they range in age from 5 to 16. And just enjoying the expat life in the province here in San Carlos City. I just did a live stream today showing San Carlos City, some footage, and some other footage that my wife gave me, Can Leon, and also one of our friends, Ging Ging. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Ging Ging. And shared some of the footage from her house and some destruction. And then she ended up evacuating. But these typhoons, you could just be in an area where it's a category 1 where you're going to get some rainfall. You might get, you know, a twig that broke or something like that. And then there'll be other areas where it goes up to super typhoon, category 5, where there's immense damage and it's pretty scary stuff. And we've been in some big ones since I've been here. And I notice the Filipinos are used to this because it happens yearly. It's always happening certain times during the year. It's not exact, but and it's the Philippines, resourceful people. They're survivors, and it's just scary though. It's scary, and a lot of times you can't prepare for what happens because the weather is just, no matter how good the forecast is, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. So we'll be here for a while tonight for support. Just support each other. And Here in San Carlos, it'll just be category 1. That's what it looks like, and I've checked everything. So we might get some rain, so I'll probably be able to be online. Um, and, you guys can just leave comments, tell me where you are. If you're not in the Philippines, that's fine. Just if you have questions about the Philippines. We had David in here earlier. He's an American, and he was asking questions about flood zones and such. Because in America, you can't buy land in certain areas without knowing if it's a flood zone, and if it is a flood zone, you you have to have certain insurance, and you might not want to move there. And it's just very strict in America like that. Where in the Philippines, people know like areas like that get hit a lot, like Samar, Luzon, Tacloban, but it can happen anywhere. Cebu just got hit really hard, and we got hit pretty hard here in Negros Occidental and San Carlos City. But it's not just the winds and the rain, it's the flooding that happens that's scary. And the one that just happened in Cebu, as a matter of fact, the 100 and something, 140, 150 people that died, it was, I think, mostly because of the flooding, where they're in areas where they couldn't get out, they were trapped. And that's really scary stuff. So anyway, I want to just share, this is just pretty good stuff here. And then we can go into some graphs, but just, we can talk in the chat. If you guys have questions, if you want to just tell me where you are, if you're safe, if, like Therese shared earlier, that she's prepared, she got some food, some battery stuff, making sure she's kind of patted down where she is. If you're closer to the Manila area, I know they said it's going to go a little more south, but it's very wide. So let me share, and this is Western Pacific Weather, and I've been following them since they started. I think it's been just around 2 years, maybe, if that. And I will share my screen here. I'm not an expert on these live streams, so just bear with me. From the sound to the way I share things, I'm just not really good at it. So, okay, I'm going to share another screen here. You can see my background here. My window's open. We have our Christmas lights a little going there, out on our patio there. In the Philippines, I mean, sometimes Christmas lights are already up in like July or August sometimes. And people don't take them down for a long time, sometimes after March. Okay, so let me share this screen real quick. So we're talking about Typhoon Uwan and its intensification. And I'll play a little bit of this. I'll play some of it, and then we'll stop it. We'll talk about it. This guy is just really good. And this is Western Pacific Weather. If you're not subscribed to them, it's really good. You might want to check them out, okay? Give them a shout out and just subscribe to them.
Rapid intensification is taking place here just towards the east of the Philippines. Uwan, also known as Feng Wong, is starting to get its act together and quickly organizing. Still going to be coming on shore, likely as a strong Cat 3 equivalent, possibly a Cat 4 borderline super typhoon. And at least according to Bagasa, they're actually still expecting a super typhoon at landfall here on Sunday. So here's a look at the current satellite, and one of the big things you take away from the satellite right off the bat is this is trending a little bit further towards the south. So possible landfall, or at least just skirting Catanduanes and northern areas of Samar. But also on microwave imagery, you can see the eye wall right in here. That is wrapping up. And when I say rapid intensification, it's not just me saying that and going, ooh, it looks strong. And this is actually Dvorak analysis. It's from the University of Wisconsin. And basically, see this line right here? Look at that big jump up in the red. So this went from here on the 8th. No, actually, this is, of course, about 6 hours here on the 8th, going from 55 knots up to 110 knots just over a very short period. This is that big explosive jump that we always fear with these storm systems when they happen. And this is why Pegasa is still expecting a super typhoon skirting the coastline of Catanduanes and coming on shore in central Aurora here as we go ahead. This would be Sunday. That's at 2 p.m. This notch right there. That would be at 2 a.m. Landfall likely going to be around 8 to 9 p.m. on Sunday. Now, with that said, it's not going to start at 8 to 9 p.m. on Sunday. Basically, here tonight, Saturday night, already seeing the rain bands across northern areas of Samar, and then it starts to pass north of Catanduanes as we go ahead through our day here on Saturday. So that landfall in Aurora, don't let that mislead you. You're already going to have those impacts well ahead of that storm coming across this area. This is the multiple agency track, by the way, looking at Pegasa, Taiwan, JMA, ChittyWC, Hong Kong. All agree on this track. This is high confidence between the agencies. These are not numerical models, by the way. These are multi-agency forecast tracks indicating that very similar output. And the other thing is you look at the center line. Of course, I always show the center line, and that's where the core of the storm is. But the overall girth of this is large. Signal Force 3 already up in Catanduanes and Camarines, much of the Bicol region, I should say, up and down the East Coast. So you got Signal Force 2, including parts of the Cagayan Valley. But where the Catanduanes, I absolutely expect Signal Force 4, possible 5. Aurora, where this is going to come on shore, Isabela, Bulacan, eastern areas of Rizal, all going to be looking at Signal Force 4, likely 5, where this is making landfall. I'm not going to get specifics because Signal Force warnings are a subjective matter according to Pegasa, to be quite frank. So make sure you're checking with them. This is their graphic. It's their product. It's what they put out. Storm surge threat, though, along the East Coast is also a possibility. In fact, according to Pegasa, basically a 3-meter high storm surge is possible, stretching around Isabela, northern areas of Cagayan, basically from Santa Ana all the way down here towards the southern reaches of the Bicol region. But Manila Bay also could still be looking at a 1 to 2 foot storm surge. And you can see right here, Pangasinan, as those winds wrap around. Let's say the storm's coming in like this, counterclockwise rotation. So those winds are going to wrap around the island and hit up into the bay there. So along the coast of Pangasinan, please, please, please understand that the west coast in those bays and inlets also could be looking at a fairly significant storm surge here.
So let's just stop it there for now. And I wanted to see, this guy's pretty good. We'll go a little more into that, but I wanted to show you what it looks like right now live. And this is from zoom.earth. I really like this. And this just shows you the wind intensity on November 7th, and then the 8th is up to, it was like, you can just see it's intensified, like what he said. This is the wind speed here, and then as you can see, as it's making landfall, it's like a super typhoon. And I like this graph. It's pretty cool, like how it's showing the area it's going. It's a little south. Looks like Manila's here. And then I like to go to windy. A lot of people use this one because sometimes they have videos. Their videos, you can see what's going on. And then this one you can see in a different way. This is live. And you can just see where it is. But you don't know exactly where it's going with this path. Whereas when you go back to the zoom.earth, I mean, they give you a really accurate, exactly, but you can see how wide it is. Just for me, I like to look at these things. And I like to go to Windy just to look at, let me make sure it's sharing Windy now. You guys can see that. Yeah. I like to look at the the video. I don't know if some of you guys use this, but down here at the bottom, click on the video, and then it has like in the areas, it has like 7 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. Shergal, this is China area. And then down here, this Quezon City around there. So let's look. This one's 8 minutes ago. Then the Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, these areas here. But Quezon City, let's take a look at that. I can make it bigger. Let's just see if I can expand this so we can look at it a little bit. It's just like fast. It's like a rapid. You can just see what's going on. See the cloud cover coming. So I think that's now where it's dark. Or that's then right there is 12 hours ago. And then right here is about 8 minutes ago. So yeah, that looks pretty accurate there. Let me see if this is sharing properly. Yeah. Let me get out of here and we'll look at another video maybe. Let's look in the Cebu area. They're gonna be a category 1 for this one. But you can see there's clouds there. This is 13 minutes ago. It's a change from this morning. This is a day ago. And that's about 12 hours ago. And that's about 13 minutes ago. So it looks okay there. So yeah, I just like to, that's the way I do things, kind of look at those in different ways and just like to share the information a little bit. But like I said, I'm no expert, just simple man. These are the things I use. And by the way, I showed earlier today, I told you I'd be at 100. A lot of you aren't going to know what I'm talking about. But Therese, if you're still in here, I told you I was going to hit 100,000 tokens of knuckle. So I hit that. All right. So leave your comments, you guys. Tell me where you are, what you're doing. If you're bunkered down, if you're close to the typhoon, if if you have internet. I know in some areas of Calatrava they got their electricity back today. San Carlos, some of us have electricity. Oh, I think San Carlos, some of those areas that didn't have it got it back today too. So I'm not sure. Tell me where you are if you have electricity. If you were in the last typhoon. This one we're talking about Uwan. Therese, so what's the wild, Therese? The 100,000? Oh yeah, Therese, I know you're Roselle, yeah. So you're gonna all good for now, yeah. But it's gonna be close to you, right? Pretty close. It's gonna be south of you, but you're gonna be in the margin area. And I know you said you're bunkered down earlier today. Judge Baao, I don't know if I'm saying that right. from Cavite here near Manila. No signs of rain yet. That's good. That's good. So let's see. I like to go here when you guys tell me where you're from. David, some of the videos of people stranded on rooftops in Cebu are heart wrenching. Yeah, that's from the flooding, David, as you saw, and unfortunately, the in Cebu I believe they have some newer flood systems and stuff in place, but it just I don't know. I don't think it worked properly from what I'm seeing, but it's just the way it is here. It's just the drainage is not set up in ways that work well during typhoon in a lot of areas. Um, it's just unfortunate. I'm not going to blame anybody or say anything because I'm not Filipino. I don't have a right to do that. I just will tell you what's going on, David. And yeah, it's heart wrenching. The floods are what really do so much of the damage. When it's of course when it's super typhoon, the winds are going to do the damage first, or at the usually first, and then the flooding's there quickly, and it's just getting hit by all areas. And then David, in the just like a month ago, I think about 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I'm not even sure. Maybe you guys can correct me. We had a typhoon. People had flooding, rains, flooding, and then an earthquake all at the same time. Um, and for us, it was pretty scary. Um, we have damage on our house, and we all in the neighborhood. Everybody ran outside and was out there talking to each other at 1 in the morning. So yeah, this is the Philippines. It's the things that you should know. People should know because it happens here. Usually, Mom, when did the typhoon start? August, September, October, around there? When do the typhoons usually start? I know it's not perfect. Typhoon season, September through January. It's not year round. Huh? Oh, they, yeah, I know. These, if you know, just let me know. I'll look it up though. There's a season, yeah, where there's Dughan typhoons, where there's a lot of typhoons. When is typhoon season? I used to know, but it's usually where you get hit the hardest. June to October, it predominates, but it's not exact because it's overruns into January. Sometimes even March there'll be a real big one. But yeah, June to October. But for me, what I would say is probably June through January, February, and then it slows down. That's just my experience since I've been here. So it's good to know if you're not from the Philippines. Uh, it's just good to know like what goes on here because it's pretty scary. And when I first came here and then experienced some big typhoons, it was really scary. And then also there was a time I believe in 2013. Which one was that? Yolanda, Mom? Was it 2013? And I was in America working, and my family was in Yolanda, and it was devastating everywhere. I mean, in a lot of places. It was a super typhoon, and I couldn't do anything. And someone said, "Why don't you take a plane and just parachute into there?" And I'm just like, "What a crazy person!" But that was the most scariest for me because I wasn't there with my family, and then they lost electricity for a time. Yeah, Therese is pretty close to east side of Roselle. Yeah. And Therese, do you remember a few weeks ago, another YouTuber said they live in Roselle and it's one of the safest place, no typhoons. And I said that here, and then I think you said, really? Yeah, I don't think that's true information. By the way, thank you, Sir George, for doing a live stream tonight. Oh, you're welcome, Therese. Thank you for telling me yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I'm happy to do a live stream. I have time, so even if just a few people watch, it's fine with me. Just like to be here and support each other. Just talk about whatever you guys want. I'm gonna put the chat here on the side here, so you guys can see your comments. How does that look? Let me see. Oh, Mom, we have 101,033 now. 101.33 nickel tokens. NACO. Yeah, I'm very happy about that. Okay, let me just check how this looks on my end on the phone at least. We'll just take our time tonight. Nothing spectacular. Just you guys leave comments and I'll be right here on the stream. We'll be able to see all the comments here. And then I'll answer them or whatever. Therese said all is good for now. Today is the 12th anniversary of Yolanda, November 8, 2013. Yeah, my God. Therese, to me, that just seems like yesterday, really. Mom, what was the one that came through San Carlos City? With the one I was in, that was really scary. Typhoon Odette was also very scary. I was here for that. Very scary. It was like it came right up our street, it seemed like. But I mean, of course, it hit many areas, but it's just so powerful. And then the people where we lived, we were in a place, Andrina Street in San Carlos City, and a lot of those people. Oh, we're in St. John's at that time? When? Oh, Yolanda was in Andrina. And then my wife showed me video of the people from Andrina Street. They came to our house because we lived in a big house, a big balai. They're not ours, Caroline's uncle at that time. And we were renting it, and it's so strong and big. And so many people from that street in the neighborhood, I mean, so many people came there for shelter in our house. And I saw that in the video. I wasn't there. But yeah, Therese, well, it seems like yesterday to me, that one, because it's so traumatic. Because when I was in Texas working as a ventilator nurse for a child, and I couldn't concentrate because my family was there and I wasn't with them. And that's the last time I went back to America. I was so traumatized I will never leave my family again. You guys continue to leave comments in here, and they'll just show. But I'll share. I want to share more of what this man said. This is the channel I watch, and it's just he's clearly and shows graphs and information. It's in English, and I hope that's okay with everyone, since I am in the Philippines. Let me share my screen again, and just we'll watch this video together. Watch parts of it. Maybe I'll take the comments out for now just so we can see it, but leave the comments, you guys, and after a few minutes of watching this, we'll come back to the comments. He's just so uplifting the way he talks about this. So let me play this. Hope you guys can see this well. Let me look on my screen too.
as that pushes on by. And this is another graphic just to kind of show you what I'm talking about here with those winds wrapping around from the north here. Yeah.
That's the
By
03
the way,
a.m.
if you're
Monday.
new to this channel, I want to take just a quick moment to say, hey, could you hit that subscribe button? Got a lot of new people here,
Subscribe, you guys.
almost 200,000
Subscribe to this
subscribers. If
channel
we
if you
do,
like
it
his
helps the
content.
algorithm to get these videos shared out. So just take a moment, hit that subscribe. If once we get that 100K, I promise I will never ask again. I've been saying that for the last few years. Anyways, all right, back to the latest information here. So yeah, this is from the Google DeepMind, the newest AI model, also showing, and this is what's important, I think, is that right here, you can see that track, and some of the DeepMind, some of the AI output actually brings us very, very close to northern Catanduanes Island with a possible landfall, and I think that's absolutely in the realm of possibility. But let's say this line right here doesn't impact Catanduanes directly. You're still going to have the eye wall cross over, even though the low-level center is just offshore. And then Puliludo, goodness, I always say your name wrong. I apologize. The same deal with that island there. And then I keep on talking about Casigoran because they are in the right front quadrant. All right, so that's talking about the winds. We talked about the storm surge. Now let's talk about the rainfall threat here, because that is the other side of this. And as we've seen in Cebu with our last storm, Tino, this Cebu, the low-level center passed across northern areas of the island, but Cebu was hit by catastrophic flooding. It's similar in some of these areas are possible because, of course, Catanduanes low-level center, 200 to 300 millimeters. And the problem, I think, and I've been saying this in the last few videos, so I apologize if I'm redundant, but some people are just new to the channel and they're just watching this for the first time. The rain is going to fall across the Sierra Madre Mountains, the Cordillera Mountains. Even the Sierra Madres extend well down towards the south. So you're going to get a lot of these rivers heading into the NCR. These rivers will swell. Say it again. These rivers will swell in Manila. Those flood-prone homes are going to get flooding. Pangasinan, very similar. It's actually, Pangasinan is a twofer because you're going to have the storage backing up some of those rivers, and then at the same time you're going to have that coming down. But actually the surge is more of an immediate threat. That water will go out. Then the water is going to flow out of the mountains into those rivers. So that's more of a day after threat. And the same thing for the Cagayan Valley. Of course, the higher elevations here are going to see across the mountains 200 to 300 millimeters. Some spots could see as much as 4. But then it flows down into the valley and heads up across a good portion of Isabela. And yeah, even though Cagayan is not directly taking the hit of this storm system, you will get that rain, and it won't be immediate. It'll probably be the day and 2 after as that water slowly gets released. The Maga Dam already has, I think, 3 gates open right now. So they're making those preps ahead of this. But even with that, and very smart by them, I know a lot of hate on the government right now. I get it. They're stretched thin for starters. But anybody from the Maga Dam, if you are watching, I know we visited there before. Smart group of people, but that's not countering into why I'm saying this, by the way. It was very smart to release the water ahead of time instead of after when the rivers are already swelled. Yeah. So yeah, that's just want to share that, making those preps ahead of here, and that's good. And that is leading to my next point: make those preps now. This storm system is just a few hours out. Things like charging your phones, obviously we know that, but some other things you don't think about. If you got a good insurance plan, if you're fortunate enough to have that, take photos of your home right now, especially in one of these flood-prone areas. It never hurts. Takes 2 seconds, so you can show insurance companies, yeah, I do have this. The other thing is a Ziploc bag or a plastic bag. Put your important stuff in there. Passports, things like that. Money. Something that if there is something that catastrophic does happen, you have it in a safe space, you have all that stuff gathered together and you don't lose it. And then you have another headache, right?
So let me stop sharing for a second. All right, there we go. So yeah, those are things that some people don't think about is to remember to charge your batteries, have a battery charger. And then also putting things like your passport, like he mentioned, in plastic. Some of your important paperwork, just cover it. Like if you can put it in plastic, that's great. Because with the flooding in some areas, I mean, the water is going to get there, could just ruin all your documents. And you guys, this is Westpac. Let me just look here. I'm going to copy paste this. In 1 hour, he has a lot of views already, almost 5,000 in 1 hour. Um, on YouTube, it's Westpac WX. I'll just drop this in the chat here for you guys if you want to give him a subscribe. That's on YouTube. And it's just good. That update I just showed you is just about 20 minutes old. So let's just let's look at the live on Windy. Let's take a look at that. Hey, James. Oh, you watch Westbacks too? That's great. Yeah, I remember when they just had a few thousand subscribers when they just were starting. I mean, and I was so surprised, but I knew he's just starting. And then he's just gotten progressively better over the years. And I know he has people that work for him too here in the Philippines. He comes to the Philippines. He might be in the Philippines now. I don't know if he's back in America, but I really like it too, James. That's great to know you're watching. James, where are you? Where are you right now? So let's see. Let's look at a couple of the videos, see if there's any updates, see if there's any rain coming yet. Yeah, these are all 31 minutes old, so I don't think. I'm looking for ones that are like 8 minutes old. 30 minutes up here. Oh, it's so big. And this is very well formed now. Very organized, yeah? So 30 minutes, it's dark. Let's see. That's pretty much now, right now, like 31 minutes ago. Where is that, I wonder? Doesn't tell me where that is. Just let's go closer. This San Carlos, by the way, is not where I am. There's another San Carlos. It's a different place. So it's right in here, this area where that one is. Okay. I'd like to come out a little bit so we can just see Thailand. We have video of Thailand. Nothing's there yet, but you can see there's Looks like wind starting to hit. So, and he said there'll be wind and rain well before it comes tomorrow night. Sunday night, I believe he said, will make landfall. Okay, let's go back to the comments. Stop sharing. I asked James where he is, and he said he's at home. Okay, James, fair enough. I'm at home. Okay, that's good to know, James. Thank you. Okay, let's just pop the comments in the chat. Therese. Therese said, yes, me too. I watch Robert as well. Westpacks. I'm one of the subscribers. Great, Therese. See, you guys have been watching too. Not surprising. Great channel. We're supposed to be Signal 1. James is in the same city as me. Same city as you, dude. He's in San Carlos City. Wow. Yeah, now I remember, James, you're in San Carlos City. Foggy memory. Sorry about that. We're neighbors. This is James K as he goes by, but his Facebook is different. We met a few months ago. Don't worry, James, I won't share your Facebook. I just get confused on YouTube or Facebook. If I saw your message on Facebook, I will know who you are. All right. Well, James, it's good to see you. Oh, James, 52 minutes ago, also shared Westpac. Yeah, I see you shared that. That's wonderful. How did you guys fare during the storm, James? During our last storm here. Bugard is watching from Karkar City, Cebu. Wow. How did you guys, I know you guys are a little away from main Cebu, like a couple hours away. How did you guys fare there? And is that wonderful church still okay there, Bugard? Is the church intact? How did you fare during this last typhoon? Did you get flooding there in Karkar? Yeah, James, you're not the only James on YouTube. But on Facebook, I know you are the only James on Facebook. Thanks. Messenger. Oh, yeah, Facebook Messenger. So, James, how did you guys, are you guys okay from the storm? Did you guys? I was in Negros too during last typhoon. Oh, Bugard, you were in Negros? Were you visiting your relatives or something? That's amazing. So you weren't in Karkar. The roof of our terrace was torn apart, lost power, and now we sometimes have a problem with our water. Wow. Hey, Mom, James, our friend James. Yeah, they have the roof of their terrace was torn apart just like Ginging, and then they lost power, and now they sometimes have problem with the water. Yeah, from remember the church, the wedding. Yeah, yeah. They have to look at what happened to them. I don't know exactly where they are. Don't. It's okay. Don't say, Mom. He probably doesn't want to announce it on YouTube. So yeah, I understand that. When did you guys get power back? Do you have it back already, James? Here, Mom. Wait. Here. I'm from. Mom, how do you say that, Mom? Mabinay. I'm here in Cebu for a job. Oh, yeah. He's from Negros. He said so he's working. James said, "Don't announce." I see it up there. Yeah, James, don't worry. I'm not going to do that. Um, so he's working there. He's from Negros. Yeah, yeah. Maybe Oriental. Yeah, or maybe it's here. Um, so here, so his job. He is a job. I'm here in Cebu for a job. Wow. So are you working now, Bugard? I mean, there's so much damage there in Cebu. I guess it depends exactly where you are, but we have relatives in Mandaue, and there's in Mumbaling also, and there's just tons of damage there from the flooding. And James said his outside terrace was the damage. No, don't announce. Yeah, our gutter got damaged too. It got split in half. Yes, we got power back 2 days ago. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, yeah, so this one is, let's look at, okay, look at Ginging's birthday there. She got a cake, Mom. Oh, well, this is in Cebu, I think, Mom. Let me show this one, you guys. I'm not going to share the sound. I don't want to copyright or something, but this is on Facebook. Let me just share this real quick. How did you guys do? Any damage? Yeah, we had some water damage inside, some leakage. I made a live stream earlier today, um, and just showed a little bit, but I didn't show the gutter damage or anything. And then I showed outside our house all the trees that fell before and then after. And then I drove around to our other house area and showed the damage there. And also there's a big drainage area from the mountains where the mountains drains off, and the government just fixed it a few months ago. I think they spent about 5 million on that area, but at our other house, and I showed the damage there because it's all damaged. It's broken. It's guba. It's all broken there again because the winds were so strong and the big huge trees fell. But the houses, except for the one across, I showed that the steel got bent all over the place. The biggest house there, but all the other houses look like they're okay there. Um, that's good, James. Yeah, I'm here for a home-based job. I'm with my wife. People here in panic buying. Yeah, I bet. I bet they're out of stock on a lot of things there, Bugart. I hope you guys are well, and I hope you guys are able to get the things you need. Um, and there's a quick recovery there. But I know the flooding damage takes times with all the. I mean, it's just huge flooding in some areas. I want to share this from Facebook. If you guys got, if you, if you know of things, tell me to links that you want me to go or something. Let me know. I'll share it. Oh, it got lost. This is from Negros Occidental, where we are. Someone's working as a virtual assistant since Typhoon Tino hit on November 4th. I haven't been able to work, as many of you. Wow, no, I'm in the VA industry. If we can't work, we don't get paid. I'm reaching out with humility to ask for any help, small donation you can spare. Our family's going through a very difficult time. We currently have no electricity, no access to clean water. This is 19 hours ago. Prices of basic necessities, especially water, have also gone up since we placed under state of calamity. So I don't know where they are in Negros Occidental, but we'll show their flooding. Keep leaving messages in chat, you guys. Um, wow, yeah. Not as high as Cebu, but very hard to work. If you don't have electricity, you can't get on the internet. And if you're working for places like in America, a lot of the business owners, unless they've been to the Philippines, don't really understand. Some are very kind and will give you time off, but most that I know, because we have people working for different people, they will, if you don't work, you'll get fired. They'll ask you to, okay, we'll just replace you. Just see what's going on in different areas. This Sipawai Island, Sipawai here, 6 hours ago. Thank you for all who helped send water to Sipawai. 50 boxes, corrugated roof. Wow, that's wonderful. So they're taking these boats across. It looks like they came over here at San Carlos City and then just went right across. Wow, there's some roofing, a lot of water. That's wonderful. This is San Carlos City. Yeah, this is what I showed yesterday. Someone else shared also. This is the same area I shared. This is by where we have our other house, and this is the dam there. But I'm not going to, Filipinos are free to blame and do that because they're citizens here, and it's your government. But I won't do that. Um, but it's sad that the wind. It was just a lot of wind, a lot of damage. We also had before that we had the Philippines had a lot of earthquakes. A lot of stuff happened. They put 5 million into this $5 million the government did, and repaired it, and now it's just like that. We live in this area too. This is a little farther than ours, like maybe a couple hundred meters from ours. And yeah, it's all damaged all the way up, I'm sure. So there you go. Okay. So Bugart said we bought used clothes from Negros to donate in Talisay City. One of my sister-in-law's employees' house is totally wiped out. Currently, we're monitoring the weather since we residing near river. Yeah, you guys definitely have to watch for the rising of that, and that might come a day or two after too. That's great. You did that, Bogart. You donated in Talisay City. Wonderful. Wow, that's so sad. That's so sad. Yeah, Talisay, I understand, was one of the hardest hit. I saw a lot of coverage from there. Wow. It's just so unpredictable because you don't know exactly what's going to happen and where it's going to hit the strongest, even with the news and everything. It's just, wow. Because it's so wide sometimes with the area it hits. But in Cebu, it wasn't that wide and still all the damage. But the one coming is going to have more of a wider margin. So people need to really be safe. Okay, let me go back to the comments here. Leave comments, you guys, and I'll be happy to share them. Yeah, and James, by the way, if you're still here, our damage was minimal. Um, we don't really, we're used to, whatever, but when you see your other family and other people in like Cebu and others that get hit so hard, then of course you're reaching out to help. You do what you can do, just like Bugart did. And here there's a lot of clothing area in San Carlos, at least, where he is. I'm sure there are a lot of um, markets where you can buy really inexpensive clothing that doesn't cost much. And also, there's one place that gets their clothes, like a lot of it from Australia. And people like to shop there, here locally at least. The dike of my, let me just, the dike in my wife's village broke during the typhoon and the whole village flooded. The water has receded. Her whole family are here until Typhoon Uwan blows over just to be safe. Yeah, that's sad, James. That's great that they have you guys to come there as a resource. And James is there. I mean, that's just sad that happened. So they have a dam there that broke. If you come here, if you're an expat during the typhoons, just something to be aware of, that not just during the typhoons, but if you decide to get married and your wife has family. You're no matter what anybody said, you're married to the family. Um, and if you're somewhat close, they're going to be in your house all the time. So either accept it, get used to it, and embrace it because that's the way it is. And you're the one coming to the culture here in the Philippines. It's not American culture or wherever you're from in the world. So they're going to come, and you should open up your heart to help them. I'm not telling you what to do. It's just the way it is. And like when Yolanda came, uh, the other typhoon after that, that was real big. I forgot. I just mentioned it a few minutes ago, but my memory is like that. Odette. Then our home was opened. This time our home was open. Just to let you know, we have some friends that live in Calatrava, and they came here a number of nights because we had internet very early, um, the day after. Not even like James. I think you said a couple days after. For a couple days, you've had it. We got it because we are connected with the government area. When theirs went online, ours went online. So we're very fortunate. And they came over here for until their electricity came on today because they have to work, and they can't take a day off or they'll lose their job as a nurse online. It's a wonderful job, but they will not understand. Okay, you had a typhoon. Okay, you can't come to work. Okay, well, we'll replace you. Um, so no excuses. They had to work, and of course, we will be happy to help in that in any way we can. Um, yeah, I'm sure they'll be going back soon as things get a little more stabilized for them. And it's great that they have you and your wife there, James. For me, what I do is when family or friends come, my wife runs the show and I just help out. I drive, I pick people up, I just stay quiet in the background and just help out. And then um, my wife is just running the show with all that. She knows a lot better than me, and I'm just there for support in any way I can. James said. James, by the way, is another expat here in San Carlos City. Um, I believe he's from, if you don't mind, James, he's from New Jersey area, New Jersey, New York area. Um, and he's been here for a little bit. And James is completely accurate here, completely different culture than America, only because America family isn't the same as it was in the 50s. Yeah, it's true, James. Family has been cast out. The government paid off the single woman for many years by providing lots of money for food, housing, to not be married. You don't need a man, the government will pay you. Um, so, yeah, that didn't go over so well. But I don't think we've ever really had the extended family. We had the nuclear family. There's no place like the Philippines for extended family. And, people will always there'll always be people that will attack me when I say that. They'll always say, well, you just talk about the family. You just talk about God. You talk about faith. What about the scammers? What about the women that steal your money? What about the people that cheat and then you lose everything? They take your money, you have no house. Well, all I got to say is whatever your mindset is, you're going to attract. And I'm not saying none of that stuff happens, but my mindset years ago change where I don't attract those things anymore. So it's up to you. It's up to our mindset. Um, I'm not saying those things don't happen, but I don't talk about those things too much because my mindset, I understand what I think, what I put in my mind, what my speech is, all connects to my heart and my soul. And then God will gift that as I command. I am what I am. The great I am is greater than I, but what I say after I am will be gifted. I am commanding that because there is a piece of God inside each one of us as human beings. So whatever I decide to talk with my mouth, I will attract. That's just the law of the universe. So, yes, that does happen. I don't deny it. But why talk about that when my life is not that? So, I want to share the things that I live and experience on a daily basis, which is faith, family, community, culture. And I'm not a positive mindset person. I'm just a realist that those things that I experience, I share in the videos and I share on my lives. And then it's up to the people to say, yeah, I want to be here, part of the community, or I'd rather go on the negative, more negative side, the people that are sharing where they're just meeting lots of women, pump and dumping, or they're just traveling around the Philippines, being single, doing what they want to do. Not everybody's doing that, but there's a great number of people that are sharing those things where they're using the themselves and the Filipinas as objects. And if I was a father and someone was doing that to my daughter, it would hurt me deeply. So I'm not saying everybody's doing that, but there's a lot that I see on YouTube. And then sometimes those people come to the chat and leave those types of messages. People are welcome to say whatever they want. Um, but James is right on, right there. Okay, let's move on. It's eerily peaceful and quiet tonight, probably the calm before the storm situation. That's what Champ said here. Yeah, that calm, that eerie calm, as you mentioned. Yes, maybe so. But let's hope for the best. Yeah, that sounds like me. The chauffeur. So you're doing driving too, James. Uh, they will go back after Typhoon leaves. Yeah, James, I can tell you're just a kind of a calm person, kind heart, and but not blind compassion. I think you've been through a lot in life where you know how to live and what's proper or not, and you're handling that with your family. I don't know who said that quote, James. I used to know. I am what I am, and that's all I am. Who said that quote? I don't know. Someone famous said that, I know. Charlie Chaplin, maybe? Maybe Albert Einstein? Who said that, James? I'm not going to look it up. Someone look that up. James might know. I love Charlie Chaplin, by the way. Like enlightened mind person. Popeye. Yeah, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Popeye, I think so. Before he ate his spinach, before Brutus was bullying him, he'd be whistling around his pipe, going in a circle. I am what I am. I am what I am. That's all that I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Right on, James. I love Popeye, man. I was watching Leave It to Beaver, Popeye. Where was I watching some of that stuff? The some of the old Wild West stuff too. The Rifleman, if you remember that, on Tubi TV. I haven't been there in a couple months. I don't know if they still have that stuff on. Yeah, it was Popeye. I know. I remember now when you say that. I just imitated him. How he said that. Toot toot. I am what I am. That's all that I am. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Popeye knew more than olive oil realized. So let's go back here. You guys be free to leave comments. I appreciate you, James, leaving all these comments. Um, I want to share Earth. Oh, James. Yeah, James, we're showing our age. Yeah, I remember all those old shows. I watched them too. That's when America was the greatest time. I remember even James when I would fake it to stay home. I'd fake it being sick. I take the thermometer and put it on a light bulb when I was like, I don't know, around 13 years old, 12 years old, maybe 11, something like that. I can't remember exactly when, but I could stay home to watch Popeye, Leave It to Beaver, some of those shows, The Rifleman, replays. And then my mom would say, "Oh, you have a fever, stay home." And then I'd get to enjoy those. Didn't do it all the time because she was on to me. Oh, George, you're faking it. I see what you're doing, George. Those were the good times in America, my God. I remember the community, there was unity. We knew our neighbors. They look out for us. Yeah, like the Philippines during some of that time. Okay, continue leaving comments, you guys. I'm going to go to Earth, Google Earth, or Zoom. It's called Zoom.earth. Let me share my screen. Typhoon Uwan or Uwan live tracker. Let me switch here. There we go. And let me actually make me smaller here so we can see that a little bigger. All right. So this is pretty cool, this one, because it'll tell you the wind miles per hour in kms per hour, 165. So it's really Sunday at 2 a.m. It's really intensifies. That's crazy. 195 kilometers, 205, and it makes landfall at around. It's going to make landfall between 205 and 165. Come down to 140. That's crazy. Let's look at the satellite. Yeah, it shows it here. Wow. It shows this radius. It looks like Tarlac City, Baguio, and all the weathers, all the Pag-ibig, not Pag-ibig, all the weather forecasting. Sorry, you guys. All the different weather forecasters here in the Philippines, Japan, China, they all agree. That's what's mentioned in the video I showed at the beginning. They all agree that this is the path, which is kind of crazy. So it looks like it's going to come through this area. Let's go a little closer, see if we can see more places. Kasubu, Atak, Baguio, San Fernando. And then it's going to go off out. So let's, but this whole area, it's south. I think this is south of Manila. So it's moved, it looks like a little south. But these places will get a lot of rain, and then flooding from the mountains will come a day or two later. Maybe a day it'll be flooded here. All the rainfall from the mountains too. This one's live. Oh, we got some video footage, you guys. Um, Let me see if I can make this. It's okay. All right, let's look at Windy here. Let me pull up some. This one's Quezon City 9 minutes ago. Let's see if they're getting what they're getting here. And then we'll go back to the comments. So this is 9 minutes. So this it starts like one day ago, and then by the end it's 9 minutes ago. Let me make it bigger. It's hard to tell because it's nighttime. That's now like 12, 10 minutes ago. Okay. One hour, 43 minutes ago. Quezon City, Tarlac. So it's going to be up in this area. It's according to the other map. According to all the forecasters from all the different countries. So it's going to pick up here Sunday night. It looks like the wind gust. Let's look at areas like up in here. See, they have higher wind gust here. Cameroon. Yeah, theirs is up there here, like 94. But this is, I mean, it might be a lot higher than this because now it's super typhoon. But so this might be where it's gonna, this area. Let's look up here. Yeah, it looks like the biggest winds are coming right here. And that makes sense because this is sticking out. It will be maybe get hit there. Let's just look at Kizan's there. Let's just look at but Kizan's not as high according to this. And neither is this area, not very high. I mean, still high, but not comparative to this one. Camera Moran, 87, 83, they're telling. So anyway, okay. Stop sharing. Let's go back to the comments here. Let's go back to the chat. James and me were talking about old shows we'd watch in America. Father Knows Best and My Three Sons. Yeah, those are really good too. God, when you just said that, reminded me of Eddie and the Professor also. But Father Knows Best, I think, first, and My Three Sons, yeah. And then later, Eddie and the Professor came. Pagasa, you mean, sir? Yeah, Pagasa, sorry. Puggy Big, I said. My goodness. I'm talking about insurance or something, or getting money for that. My goodness. The Philippines has its own satellites, but I'm puzzled why weather reports indicate still depends on foreign satellite data. Yeah, I don't know, man. I have no idea what goes on here with that, Bogart. Filipinos, you guys know so much better. Yeah, who knows behind the scenes, right? That's a good question. Peace out, James. Talk to you later. Hope to see you soon, buddy. My neighbor here in San Carlos City. My very good neighbor. Take care. James might already be gone. He said that about a couple minutes ago. Peace out, James. Bugard, which do you follow besides like the West Packs? I mean, Pagasa. I'm not gonna give any feedback, but just what you follow. David said Gilligan's Island was my favorite. Yeah, that's another good one. That's so funny. Gilligan's Island was amazing. So funny. The professor and the captain and Gilligan and the Thurman, the rich people, Ginger and Marianne. I remember them all. My goodness, great stuff, David. So funny. Gilligan and the captain had so many great fights. Let's finish this video though. Let's go back to the end part of this video. Let's just share this and see what he says. And then we'll come back to the comments. You guys leave comments. Tell me if you're safe. Tell me where you are. If you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, where you are. If you feel safe. If you're bunkered down. If you've evacuated for Uwan. That's the one that's coming now. Let me. If you guys haven't gone, if you're not part of Western Pacific Weather, please subscribe to that channel if you're here in the Philippines. Let me share my screen with that one again. Just see what he says at the end of that. This was earlier today, his video. And we'll just get to the end, kind of a few minutes left. We'll just watch the ending part of this.
So yeah, here's another look at the rainfall threat though, and you can see that here. Mountains get the highest amount, but it's not just reserved to you guys. It really is going to be running down into those lower level elevation areas. But this is the other thing I just want to point out one more time. It's just the girth of this storm. Look at the swath where the rainfall is going to hit from northern areas of Leyte all the way back towards the northern areas of Cagayan and Ilocos Norte. All right, so before the arrival, also know your official sources. Pagasa, obviously, they've been doing a good job at providing information on the storm. Prepare to evacuate if needed, please. Don't go, Even your local shelter, and a lot of people on the East Coast know this. They know where their local shelters are, and they're smart about it. So just be smart. And, that emergency go kit, and just make sure your valuables are in the right spot. I also... a little friendly piece of advice from your silly weatherman here. All right, so big shout out, by the way, to our Patreon members. I want to stress that again. You're the reason why I'm sacrificing sleep, and I shouldn't say that. It's not really a sacrifice, but I am continuing to push along here. Multiple typhoons, just the continued support from the community, and just want to stress that. Thank you guys so much for your continued help here as well. But once again, just to wrap this up.
You guys, this is Robert, and he's a great forecaster, and he uses all the different sources and then just shows really high quality things that are simple. And I watch a lot of different ones, even in the Tagalog language, and they're good here in the Philippines, but I don't know. He just puts everything together in a simple way that has these graphs. Like I said, too, let me just show you something here. Let me find it here. I'll just play this part again because he said they're all using the same forecast. So this is him saying it.
As we go ahead through our day here on Saturday. So that landfall in a row.
So you can see Pagasa, CWA, and Taiwan. So Philippines, Taiwan, Japan, USA, and Hong Kong all agree this is the path. And he has a color, just amazing.
Or don't let that mislead you. You're already going to have those impacts well ahead of that storm coming across this area. This is the multiple agency track, by the way. Looking at Pagasa, Taiwan, JMA, CDWC, Hong Kong. All agree on this track. This is high confidence between the agencies. These are not numerical models, by the way. These are multi-agency forecast tracks.
So there you go. That's pretty cool. Let's just go, after you mention this, he just brings up some other information here.
Nice bow. This is undergoing rapid intensification. At this time, the Dvorak analysis shows this big jump. I would fear if we had recon flying into this, it probably would be indicating something stronger. And yeah, it's growing. Big wind field too. Just that is the area there. of 30 kilometers per hour, 22 knots or higher. Absolutely massive. And already parts of eastern Visayas and southeastern Luzon are feeling the effects of this storm system. I tried to make a stream later on tonight, by the way. Well, I guess heading into your Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. So stand by for that. If you see me put one, stop by as well. But I'm trying to make these videos in between a bunch of other things going on here this weekend.
So there you go, you guys. He's going to have another report coming out tonight. So I would definitely be on the lookout for that. Leave your comments, you guys. Let me see. Let me go back to the comments here. Hey, Joey, good to see you. Adobo and apple pie. Yeah, so you're watching Robert, the Westpac's there. That's great. So yeah, he's growing. He's getting lots. They're going to hit 100,000 subscribers. So I'm sure a lot of people in this chat, maybe everybody's watching him too. Yeah, I think you're right, David. The landslides will probably come maybe a day after, because all the water from the mountains will flow there. But maybe the impact of the rain before the big storm comes in, maybe they're already be getting that. But usually a day or two after, I'm thinking they'll get that part. That's really sad. Um, but yeah, Charisse, I'm glad you're still here, Charisse. I'm safe. Fortunately, I'm living on an elevated area. No need to evacuate it. Just place some of my tall plants inside for now. Yeah, that's smart, Charisse. I just, I hope you're just safe there. And if you have family in other areas too, I hope they're all safe. Um, yeah, I think you prepared well from what you were telling me earlier on the earlier live stream. Drop your comments, you guys. We're just here. We're here to chill out, support. We've been on already for an hour and a half. So, you guys, I think I'm going to stay here. Um, I'm going to stay here for a while till my wife says we got to go to bed or whatever. I took care of everything I needed to do. Had a live stream earlier, and for about 3 days, I took videos of the storm during the storm, then right after the storm, then a couple of days after I took video all the way up to that. And I showed that on my earlier live stream if you want to see that. Leave comments here. Tell me where you are. Tell me what you're doing, how you're feeling, any recommendations, anything. And I'll share it here. If anybody wants to come in this chat with me, we can share the screen. I could put you up there. If you don't want to show yourself, that's fine. But we can talk. I think people would find that interesting. If you have the guts to do that, it's not a big deal. But if you have the guts to do that, let me know. And it's simple as sending you a link, and then you can join me here. David, if you want to do that too, you're welcome. Joey, James is gone, Therese, or whoever else is watching. We are around 15 people in here. We dropped down to 3. But whoever's here, if you want to jump in. Okay, you guys, I'm just going to go grab some coffee. Let's drink coffee, you guys. And I'm going to go downstairs. Can't take you with me because I'm on my mobile, but I'll be right back. I promise. Just give me 2 minutes. And I'll give you guys, maybe I'll put a video clip on here. Okay, you guys, I didn't grab the coffee yet. I was trying to figure out how to put be right back. But anyway, let me put that on the bottom of the screen and I will spell it out. Okay, I'll be right back, you guys. Still on the live stream, huh? You can come up. It's really good live stream. Now we're down. We have 15 people in there.
Mag-unsa ka dad? George, mag-inom ka kape? Oh, do you still have coffee? No, it's okay. You can drink it. Matur ako sa tindahan. Ugma. Oh, ugma lang. That's okay. You can have it.
Okay, I'm back. So, um, Therese, are you still there? I wanted to ask you, how is the weather where you're at, by the way? Have you got any gust or any rain at all? Because you're like um, Roselle or Roxas area. Roselle or Roxas. You're close to Manila there. And this is for anybody. Let me know in the chat. If you want to jump on the live stream with me, I just send you a link. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. I've had people like do video calls when they just are talking and you just can see their like no face, nothing. Depends on your YouTube what you have as your profile. You're funny, David. I am back. I am. Nice to meet you, David. My name is Back. Oh, Therese, yes, still here. No range yet. Maybe later tomorrow, early morning. Yeah. I saw another YouTuber just made a video about an hour ago. Well, before I started my live, so maybe an hour and 45 minutes. Right when I started my live, he made it like before, so maybe an hour and a half. I think it's 8 miles from home or whatever. They have real popular, but he's on in a certain part, and the waves he's showing the waves. They're already bigger. They already were like swelling. And he said he noticed since the early morning, the change from I guess last night in the early morning, the change of the weather, the changing of the water and the tides, and then he showed it. It was pretty big already, so he knows. Oh man! And he was there for the last big one in his area. Okay, San Mateo, Roselle. Yeah, Roselle. Okay. I just get Roxas and Roselle mixed up. Don't ask me why. Doesn't make sense. Just they both start with R. So, does anybody want a live stream tomorrow? Like tomorrow around, I don't know, 9 or 10 a.m.? Give me feedback. I can do a live stream tomorrow closer to the storm, where people will probably be getting some gust and some rain there. If you can come online. Therese, oh, there it is again. You just added a ha ha ha. Same as this morning. Yes, yes, yes. But you added ha ha ha. Okay, cool. Thanks, Therese. So tomorrow morning, I'll just come on there just to see how everyone is, how you're doing, Therese. Therese, do you have, besides your internet, do you have data? I know you charged your battery. Do you tell dad jokes to your kids? Do I seem like that kind of dad, David? I just make them laugh all the time. I don't really tell dad jokes. I am the joke. I am the joke. I just always clowning, and my kids are laughing. I make faces and I make funny voices and tell stories with a funny voice or act like what do they call me? Um, Badass daddy. If I'm acting like a monster, they'll say, run, run, badass daddy's coming. That's just what they came up with. So I don't really tell jokes. I just do jokes. I live in a joke sometimes, especially when if someone's sad or someone's crying, then I'll just make them laugh. How about you, David? Do you have anyone to tell dad jokes to, David? Charisse, yes, I do have. Okay, cool. You have data. Okay, so you have battery charged, you have data, you have water, you have food. You told me, I don't know about the food. Yeah, I remember you said you have battery there, battery charge, batteries extra, water. That's good. So, David, do you have anyone to tell dad jokes to? So, how I would describe myself here is go out into society in the Philippines, in the province. I am introverted person, happy person, smiling type of person, say hi to people, but introverted. I know a lot of people here in San Carlos City because I've been here a long time. And just if someone talks to me, I'll just listen while they're talking and just find out how they're doing, kind of thing like that. And then when I come inside my house, I am a joker. Inside my house, I have all my ideas and doing different things. And then my kids will, when they're here with me, just joking. If we go in the car with my kids joking, then they're jokers too. My kids are jokers. Chloe, not so much joker. She's observer. Zanea, the 13-year-old's big joker. Baby Rain, the biggest joker. And David is also a joker. I call him Mr. Bean. My son David, because he's very skinny. Ni Wong, skinny, and then he's always making funny faces and doing funny things. And he reminds us of Mr. Bean because my family has watched Mr. Bean here. They like it, the cartoons at least. As long as the teleco connection is good, I'm going to join online tomorrow. Okay, that's fair enough. That's good. Hope you'll still have that connection. At 9 a.m. That's when I'll come online tomorrow. So we'll do another live at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you, Therese. I tell them to my two adult sons, but they just roll their eyes. Yeah, maybe they don't get you. They don't get it. How old are they, David? Are they in their early 20s or are they teenagers still? Food, of course. Rice is life. Haha. Canned goods, just in case, no electricity. I don't use gas stove. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Canned goods is good enough. There's some delicious canned goods that aren't really good for you, but they sustain us, right? Some of them taste really good. So rice. So you already have like prepared steamed rice, kind of like that. Oh, Richard, my friend from Cebu. How are you, Richard? Good evening, sir. How's San Carlos doing after Tino? I hope the storm wasn't that strong there. Yeah, it was pretty strong here, Richard. A lot of damage. Um, we had minimal damage for us, but a lot of damage around the park. Some of our friends' houses, some flooding in their areas. We had someone online here earlier, James. Um, his wife's family had flooding. They had like a dam area, and it flooded, and they're staying with him. The park area downtown had big tree damage where the big trees that had been there for decades fell. Um, but compared to your area, not I don't think we had some flooding, but not like Cebu. How about you, Richard? Your area? Filipinos love joking, don't they? Yeah, David, they do. But they have a different standard. They're more like slapstick comedy, like quick stuff where you don't have to think a lot, and just different. They don't really get our humor, um, but their joking's different, and they do. They love joking, always joking. Yes, steam rice. Okay, good. You're all set up, Therese. Rice is life in the Philippines. Maybe in Asia, yeah? Lami kayo sorap kanon. Rice is so delicious. So I asked David how old his kids are. My kids are 27, 32. They get the jokes, but heard them too many times. I need new material. Yeah, you need new material. That age, they're not like teenagers or younger kids anymore where they're going to laugh at the stupid stuff we do. You got to come up with more sophisticated stuff in America, yeah? I wish you luck with that, David. If you're just coming into the chat, watch the beginning, and then a little later on, I go over some of the channels, Westpac's channel, and some of the satellites, Windy, and the other one is Zoom.Earth. I go over that stuff, and we just go over some of the weather forecast and pinpoint the areas and the speeds of the winds, and then the flooding estimates, what we are thinking, the community and myself, and also Robert from Westpac's, what he said about the flooding coming from the mountain in the hitting the Manila area, when that will happen. Just you can watch, rewind, whatever to watch that. Oh, Richard, I want to see what you say here. It was scary here in Cebu, sir. Thank God our place isn't one of those lowland flood prone areas. We're buckling up for Uwan, which is in Cebu's periphery in the coming hours. Yeah. I believe you guys are like us, category 1, but it doesn't mean won't get those rains and some winds. But who knows, right? There's going to be a big one. Um, yeah, I'm glad you're not in those low-lying areas. We have family and friends that are in the low-lying areas, and they got hit with those floods. Not as bad as some of the people, but they got hit. They're in like Mumbaling area, and Mendawe. Mendawe got flooded pretty good. Caroline's sisters lives there and her family, but her dad built that house, so it's standing very strong. Also, Canleon got hit with floods pretty hard. I made a live stream earlier today, this morning, showing some of the damage around San Carlos. You might want to look at that, Richard. So you can see, if you have time, the earlier live stream. I went around and just filmed over a couple of days our place and then the surrounding areas of San Carlos City. David has some jokes. What do you call it when your son knocks on the door? A knock. A knock. Oh my goodness. You're already talking. You're mixing Filipino language with American humor and maybe Filipino humor. I don't know if the Filipinos will get that. I think they will. I don't know if they do knock knock jokes here. That's a good one though, David. I like that. Your kids won't get it though, unless they know some of the language here. Yeah, I know what you meant, David. Richard, I just read flood. I know what you meant. Before I used to love and enjoy the rain. Right now it's scary. Yeah. Yeah, Richard, being in Cebu, enough of the rain, right? Enough already. Because so saturated it just leads to more flooding. And it looks like the the runoff systems just aren't working well there. Oh, look at that, David. Therese, get your jokes. She said you nailed it. There you go. David, you got to get here. You got to come to the Philippines, man. I think they're going to get your humor when you mix it with Filipino style. They're going to get it, man. It's not quake. Cebu is about floods. Sad. Yeah, you're right, Richard. Floods like crazy. And then other areas in the Philippines, too. It's it's not about the earthquakes are scary, but and it's bad things happen to people during those, but from the typhoons, it's always the floods. Unless you're a direct hit with the winds, but it's always the floods that come. And then the floods from the that come a day or two after too, the landslides on even the outlying areas. Like Talisai, I think they got the besides the floods, they got the landslides too, right? There was an elderly couple that's from San Carlos City that um, they went to Can Leon. They live out there now, and I guess they're in some mountainous area. And they couldn't find them because they found the wife, but they got the floods and the landslides in that area of Can Leon, and they never found the man. I think to this point they haven't found him, but they found the woman. They're elderly from San Carlos, and I saw someone share their story on Facebook. And then the Toledo also gets the Toledo there in Cebu, across from us, gets landslides too. Because when we come and when there's heavy rains, we always see the landslides and people get taken out there, homes and everything. Advance Merry Christmas, sir. I can see some lights in the background. Hey, yeah. Thank you, Richard. Advanced my own pesco to you there, sir. Also, I announced it at the beginning that we had the Christmas lights. It's always early in the Philippines and late to take down, which is wonderful. Um, how is your college there? Did you guys have you guys returned? I'm sure you had time off because of the typhoon, because of the flooding. Richard is um, a professor, I believe, a teacher there in the college there in Cebu. Thank you, Richard. Same to you. Christmas season starts here as early as September. Yeah, right on, Therese. And I seen for us sometimes we don't take down our lights until March, and I seen other people even later than us. That's really different than America. Very different. Oh, I hear Baby Rain crying. We have an academic break, sir. Okay, yeah, your sister college, sister of Tanan there. And Santa Rita also is on an academic break until Monday. They've been off all week. Are you guys supposed to go back on Monday or no? I mean, you're supposed to, but can you guys go back or Richard? Richard's in Cebu, you guys. Face to face classes are supposed to resume Monday, yeah. So for those that can attend, I'm sure some of the students, depending on where they live, especially if they're lower lying areas, it might be a challenge for them to attend unless they are able to travel to another area. But maybe they'll extend it, hopefully. Yeah, hope so. Hope they will extend it for you guys. Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to suspend it, Richard. Yeah, due to the typhoon. Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to maybe give another week off for some of the colleges there in Cebu. Richard, did all your is all your family is all of your family in Cebu? And the family that's there, are they all okay? I have a friend Jess that has Cebu MMA there in Cebu. I just wonder how he's doing. I haven't heard from him. We have a lot of family and friends there in Cebu. We lived there a few years, and I was in the call centers there working too in 2010, 2011. Have a lot of people I know there. I know people in Talisay too, so I'm just wondering. Leave comments, you guys. I'll be here for just a little bit longer, and then tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I'll have another live stream just for support for maybe the people are starting to get hit with rain, maybe some wind, some gust. People, especially there's people here like Therese. She's in the Rizal area. And she's ready for the typhoon. She's in San Mateo, I think. San Mateo, Rizal. Oh, Richard, what about your kids, sir? Oh, they're fine. They were just, they're fine. They're kind of used to it. Um, Two of my kids have been in the big typhoons. My parents live in Zamboanga City, but they're currently in Manila for vacation at my sister's place in Las Piñas. Oh, Oh, wow. So Las Piñas. So yeah, the typhoon will be a little south of them, right? So hopefully they'll fare well there. Yeah, I sometimes when I'm not on Facebook much, but sometimes when I'm on, I see your family pictures, Richard. You have a beautiful family. I have one sister also residing in Karkar, Cebu. Wow. How did Karkar do? Because they're a little on the outskirts there, a couple hours away from the main part of Cebu. I've been to Karkar many times, to the church there, that beautiful, beautiful church. Um, how is your sister? How did they fare during the typhoon? Because their place, I think, well, from what I know of it, I don't think they're set up so well for water either, for flooding. But I haven't been there in a long time. It might have progressed, changed. I hope your sister's well there, her family. Coffee, you guys. Rice and coffee, staples in the Philippines. And if you have a big family or if you live with extended family, sardines, I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about how you sleep. So we sleep like sardines, all laying like sardines in a can. Oh, okay. You answered me, Richard. I didn't see your message. Sorry about that. Car, I think, is outside the Uwan coverage. They fare well during Tino's onslaught. Yeah, I figured they'd be outside that. Yeah, and yeah, Uwan, probably we're going to get some rain. Like Cebu will probably get some rain, some maybe a little bit of winds. Well, it looks like Cebu and Negros Occidental are one, category one, from what I've seen on the videos I'm watching and stuff, the updated ones. And the typhoon, super typhoon now. I will be in San Carlos very soon, sir, within this month, hopefully. Hey, when you come, hit me up, buddy. Would love to meet you personally. Um, let's go grab some coffee, grab some food, have a conversation. Why are you going to come? Are you going to, well, not why you're going to come. Are you going to come because of something with your sister's college or just to make a visit, if you don't mind, sir? Yeah, there's frequent brownouts here. Sir Richard, we have frequent brownouts. But my memory of Cebu is um, frequent brownouts, at least where I lived in Apas, LaGuardia area, Mumbling, places I've resided. Um, but I haven't lived in Cebu in a long time. I've been there I've been there about a couple years ago, but haven't lived there in quite a while since 2012 we came to San Carlos. But maybe it's changed there for you with brownouts. But yeah, we have frequent brownouts here in San Carlos City. Sometimes we'll go a while, like maybe a week without a brownout sometimes. And then sometimes you have them a couple times a day. Sometimes 8 hours, sometimes 12 hours, depending on what they're doing. Sometimes just an hour or two. I'd love to have a chat over coffee with you, sir. Okay, let's do it. Let's do that. Do you know where are you gonna be in San Carlos? I mean, it's not so big here, but where are you gonna be? Yep, there's a famous coffee house here. Mom, what's the famous coffee house here? What's the name of that one? The one we go to sometimes, or the one I went to, the one downtown in the famous coffee house, the one with
Coffee
um,
shop?
the coffee, the one where you go to drink coffee, the one downtown there.
Yeah, Tatings?
What?
Tatings?
Huh?
Tatings?
T-teens?
Yeah, that's the famous one.
How am I saying that? Teen-teens?
Tatings?
T-I-N-G, right?
Yes, Tatings coffee.
Yeah,
But there's
Teen-teens
many,
coffee.
there's many.
That's the. Yeah, there's many. There's other ones too. What's the other one, Mom?
This one.
The other famous one here.
The grand one. Zombies. Just
Zombies. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'll just because he's gonna come here soon and we're gonna go have coffee.
Kinsa man. Si Richard.
Yeah, Richard. Hmm.
Oh, nice man po ang coffee sa atong giadtong nga restaurant.
What's that
You can
restaurant?
take him there.
That one newer one, you mean?
Mm.
Yeah, that's nice. But dugay kayo.
Oh, yes, dugay. Ato lang sa park. Pwede man sa park. Ato atong gatuan.
What's a 39 cent peso, 39 peso coffee?
Uy, dili, uy. Katubang dito sa may kuan, sa may port, sa may pantalan.
Pantalan?
We're going to see Power.
Oh, the
there's
red one?
Yeah, there's a coffee shop there.
Yeah, that red one you mean?
Yeah.
With the tree. That might we didn't check it during the storms. Those trees might have fell.
Oh, yeah.
So we have to Richard, I'll check out yeah, he knows tings.
Oh, he knows?
Yeah, see, he told that's the one he's
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about.
that's like a famous
See, it was
shop.
featured by TV by GMA. See?
Oh, it's like old.
Yeah, it's kind of old and dark in there.
Mark, here in San Carlos.
Yeah, it's old and dark in there, but the coffee's Lamy, the native coffee. Yeah. I just say that because I can't film in there.
Yes, David. Yes, David. Unsa man?
It would be great to just meet and talk, but if you want to do a video, we can do that. I've been wanting to do that with you. You know that. So it's up to you, though, Richard. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. But being the college professor you are, yeah, it's T-Tings. T-Tings Coffee. I love their native coffee. Simple place. So simple. Just sit on some hardwood and drink your coffee, talk, enjoy the company like that. It's usually busy. I love watching your videos, sir. You have a very nice family. Thank you so much, Richard. I'm glad you like watching the videos. I appreciate that. I appreciate you, Richard. That's kind of you. Yeah, I as I mentioned before, you have a nice family too, a very beautiful family. I see you guys on Facebook. And you're always like smiling, going places, eating somewhere. I don't know, just the things you do. I see those not all the time, but I see them from time to time when I'm on Facebook. I don't really enjoy social media very much, but I enjoy making videos, and it's kind of weird, isn't it? But when I'm on the social media, I will check your feed. Me and my wife enjoy watching your videos. That's kind of you, Richard. It's really an honor that you tell me that. I appreciate it very much. I just like making stupid little videos, and I'm glad that you find them enjoyable. If I followed the algorithms better, I'd probably get more views, but I don't care. Just I just like making the videos. Thank you so much, Richard. That means so much to me. It really does. That you guys watch them and enjoy them. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit me up when you're going to come here. Let me know. And then we'll enjoy some coffee, conversation. That would be wonderful. For me, I don't get out much, so I really appreciate that. Meeting you in person. So that's it, you guys, for tonight. I think that's all I got. I'm going to be here tomorrow for those that are still here, a few people. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., we'll have another live just to see how the people are doing, maybe in closer to Manila. How Richard, if Richard's around, if he's not busy, how they're doing in Cebu area there. Um, Definitely how Therese is doing in her area in San Mateo Rizal. She's closer to Manila area. Just see how things are, and we'll go over the forecast again. If you weren't here for the forecast, it's really fun because I just take a couple sources, some really good sources, and we listen to what, like Westpax says, what Robert from Westpax, and we just listen to that a little bit, and then I'll go over some of the satellites imagery that I get from Windy and Earth, Earth.zoom or Zoom.earth, and it's fun. And then we chatted about it, and we got a lot of people in here for our lives. We usually don't have many. We got a lot earlier, so it's great. What does Richard say here? Let's see. Richard left me and Therese. We'll get to these messages before we call it quits. I let my students watch some of your videos, which has relevance to our topics. Wow, thank you, Richard. Yeah, you told me that in the past. I really appreciate that. I don't know if you guys watched the last not live stream, but the last video I made. I talk about some things that might be relevant that you might just. I think I just made it this last. I just released it. I think on Thursday. This last Thursday. I think that's the one. I really appreciate that, Richard. It really means a lot to me that you say that because it's an honor that you would do that. Me being just a simple person, and then you're sharing my videos. Oh, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, Therese, thank you too. You're welcome, and thank you so much too for watching the videos and coming here for the live streams. Yeah, and we'll do that. We'll check on you tomorrow how you're doing in the morning. So have a great night, Therese. Stay safe until we see you tomorrow here on the live stream. And people are welcome to come on the live stream. I have just a link. If you want to show your face, you can. If you don't want to show your face, I'd love to have you next to me on the live stream. Any of you guys, it'd be wonderful. Good night, sir. Nice chatting with you. You too, Richard. Good night, sir, Richard. It's nice chatting with you too. Stay safe there in Cebu. Thank you so much, Richard. Stay safe, warm, and dry, everyone. Wow. Thank you, Therese. Amen. Stay safe, warm, and dry. Therese, as Therese says, everyone stay safe, warm, and dry. God bless you wherever you are. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you. And prayers out to the people of the Philippines that have been affected by these typhoons. And the people of the Philippines, take care. We have another one coming. We have a super typhoon coming, Uwan. So everyone stay safe. And we'll be back on here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Be on the lookout for my live stream. I might just come on I might announce it at 8 right before. I'm not sure if I'll have time. I might just come on. So 9 a.m. tomorrow, you guys. Thank you all so much. God bless you. And we'll say bye for now. We'll end the